Hello party people, welcome back to the Odious Soul. This video is going to be all about our favorite subject, taxes. Alright, so the last video I did was about, the top 10 reasons why not to go searching for Forrest Fenn's treasure. And some people were giving me a little bit of crap about the taxes piece. So I wanted to kind of go through what my brain is telling me when it comes to taxes and why you have to pay so much, and maybe some options and alternatives to actually paying that. So let's get down to it. When it comes down to Forrest Fenn's treasure, the real end all of what you're going to have to pay for taxes is going to be how the IRS actually deems Fenn's treasure. Okay? So in the poem, he does say that he's leaving his trove for all to seek. Okay? He does say that. He calls it a treasure trove in the poem. If it is in fact deemed a treasure trove by the IRS, then yes, it is going to be counted as found property. And guess what? You have to pay for found property in the tax year you found it. Okay? This is a quote directly from the IRS website, from the publication 525, okay? Found property. If you find and keep property that doesn't belong to you, that has been lost or abandoned, for example, a treasure trove, and that's what it actually says on the website. I didn't just casually insert it there. It's taxable to you at its fair market value. That's what FMV stands for. In the first year, it's your undisputed possession. Okay? So, what does this mean exactly? This means if you find it and it's deemed a treasure trove, the IRS is going to expect you to pay taxes on it in the first year you find it and it's actually legitimately proven to be yours. Okay? So let's say you find it and there's this big legal drawn out drama about whose property it actually belongs to, like who it actually belongs to. Like let's say you find it this year in 2019. Okay? But let's say you find it in August, but then let's say you found it in a national park and there's a big long court case and you're fighting to get the treasure, and let's say the case isn't settled until 2021. Well, then guess what? In 2021, you're going to owe the IRS the percentage of taxable income on that fair market value. But if you find it and there is no court case, you're going to owe that tax the same year you find the treasure. Okay? Get it? So it all depends on the legalities, okay? But now let's say, as Fenn also says in his poem, the crafty man he is, I give you title to the gold. Somebody might be able to make an argument that it is a gift. Now, gifts are different than found property, and if it is deemed a gift from Fenn to you, then guess what? You don't have to pay taxes on it. The person who gives the gift has to pay taxes on it. However, they are only have to pay taxes on it if they have given like a maximum lifetime of millions and millions of dollars. So we all know Fenn has given a lot in his lifetime. So is it possible that Fenn has to pay taxes on it? I have no idea. I have no idea how many millions of dollars Fenn has given away in his life. No clue. So, but if it is deemed a gift, then it is Fenn's obligation to pay taxes. But now here is the kicker on that one. If Fenn has reached the maximum lifetime taxable tax gift thing, and he doesn't pay taxes on it, there's still a chance that you might have to. If he's passed, if he didn't leave the money, if he didn't file the form, then there is a possibility. But again, that's where good tax lawyers and knowing your stuff really comes into play. So there's a lot of ifs and whatnots and all kinds of crazy stuff that you might have to deal with if, in fact, you can get it claimed as a gift. Okay? But again, that could be legal court cases. That could cost you tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees just to prove it. So what I'm hoping for is that inside that chest, there is some kind of trust or some kind of instructions or a note saying, here, this is definitely a gift from Forrest Fenn to the finder, or that there is something in there that gives a specific instruction. After all, why would he have paid thousands of dollars to a lawyer if he didn't have some clever way of instructing us exactly how to go about it? So, but will we know what it is? Will we understand it? I guess not until we actually find that treasure chest, huh? So, there are a couple other things too. Somebody was giving me crap about the 50% tax on like the couple millions of dollars. Let me explain this, okay? The federal government has different tax brackets. Okay, so the highest tax bracket currently is when you do over $500,001, you get taxed at 37% on the federal level. Okay, so the highest you're paying to the federal government is 37%. So on $1 million, that's $370,000. That's a lot of money, right? It's more money than I got. So if you go to your state, there's a potential of an extra 13.3% on your state income taxes if you live in the state of California. Honestly, I don't know why people live in California. I mean, it's like a whole nother world. They tax you like crazy. There's, water problems, mudslides, fires. I mean, if you live in California, congratulations. It's not a state that I would choose to live in. And a lot of wealthy people that I know of, because I don't know a lot of wealthy people personally, actually move out of California just to avoid the high state income taxes. Okay, 13.3 is the highest in the US, and that's just crazy. Okay? So honestly, if you find Fenn's treasure, I would say hightail your butt to one of the states that does not have state income taxes, like Nevada, Alaska, Texas, Florida. These are prime areas to accumulate mass wealth because you're not going to pay state income taxes. Even if it's just for a year or two, do it. Move there, save the taxes, move on, whatever, right? So, but that's not the only thing. Like I live in Maryland, I think our tax rate here is like 5.75%. But it doesn't stop with just the state income taxes. There's also local income taxes. So not only do I pay a federal tax, a state income tax, I also pay a local for my township as well. So it's not usually that much, but when you add taxes on top of taxes, you can easily get up to 50% when you are over $500,000 in income for any given year. And yes, there are deductions and things like that, but when you're talking of like $1 million plus income, it's hard to get mass deductions to take away from that. So just saying, if you're crafty, please shoot me an email. Let me know some of your secrets, because I would love some more deductions on my taxes. Okay, so let me know. Hit me up. So just some other things that I want to make sure I don't forget to talk about. All right. So when it comes down to it, what it really is going to depend on is how Fenn's treasure is viewed by the IRS and the government. If it's found property, if it's a gift, or if it's in some kind of trust. It's going to depend on those factors. But I would automatically assume that it's going to be counted as found property and you're going to have to pay taxes on it. Now, if you open up that treasure chest and there is something in there that tells you something different, then that's an even better surprise than knowing you have to pay the government a whole truckload of money that you didn't want to. But hey, so don't give me crap for you having to pay taxes on it. And if you are still confused about the whole found property part, think back to Oprah, okay? Everybody remember Oprah? Of course everybody remembers Oprah. Who can forget Oprah? Well, back when she first did her very first Oprah's favorite things, she gave away cars to like everybody in the audience. Well, people were mad when they got home and they found out they had to pay taxes on it. All right. So depending on where they lived, a $20,000, $30,000 vehicle, the taxes on it, I mean, yeah, you're paying at least 25% tax on that, if not more. Well, who has $5,000 to $10,000 to pay for a car in cash, even though they got the car for free? Here's something else too. You can find the property, and you can also give it away as charity. Like you can give it to a museum. But here's the problem with that. Charitable donations are part of your deductions. So you'll still be taxed the full amount on it. And then you're going to have to rely on the value to bring it down. And trust me, it does not work out mathematically the way you're going to hope for. So even if you donate it after receiving it, you're still going to end up paying some taxes on it. Trust me. I do my taxes myself every year. I have to read a lot. I know a little bit about it. And there's just not enough, there's like a cap on how much, charitable donations you can give and actually take off of your taxable income. So just throwing that out there as well, in case somebody does use that as a way to try to get around that. But nonetheless, I really hope that there is something in Forest Fen's chest that either claims the property, the chest itself, as a gift, or it's part of a trust. I think if it's part of a trust, we're going to have so much more flexibility with what we do. Because with a trust, if you are then become part of that trust, you can do really cool things with the trust. For one, you can buy real estate in the trust. So that way you're not paying the income taxes on the property to buy a house, because if the house is owned by the trust, then you don't have to worry about income taxes on it, right? You can buy a car through a trust. There's a lot of things you can do in a trust, and you don't actually have to pay income taxes for the trust until you take money out of the trust. So I think that would be a great way to have the money continue to build. With interest, you can invest it in the stock market, in bonds, in real estate. You can do a lot of cool things to build the value within that trust. I think that is the smartest thing that any of us could possibly hope for and wish for, besides him saying it is a gift, indeed a gift. But I think with the gift, we could get into trouble. A lot of people like to spend money and do naughty things, and they're not thinking about the future. Think of all the lottery winners and what happens to them. Oh, dear Lord. But nonetheless, if you do find the treasure chest, be sure to let me know what's in it. Be sure to let me know what you end up doing, because, well, we won't know any of this until that chest is found. That's really what it comes down to. We can only speculate. But what I can guarantee you, if it's found property, if that's what it comes down to, if it is a treasure trove, legally speaking, you're screwed, okay? So, if you can think of any way around that, please let me know. And please provide substantial physical evidence in the form of a link to the IRS website or to your lawyer's office or something to where you can prove that you won't be screwed. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I wish you the best of luck in finding Fen's treasure, and I also wish you the best of luck in not having to pay taxes on it. Take care.